Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on this Friday, October 1st. Live from the Beasley Media Complex in Boone, this is the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Mia Mendez.
And I'm Shannon Pendleton.
In her September 24th message to campus, Chancellor Everts reported increased vaccination rates and decreasing active case counts on campus and downward favorable trends in Watauga County and statewide. And with an update on COVID-19 in the High Country, as of Monday, there are currently 21 active cases in students and 4 in faculty. Vaccination rates stand at 94% and 58% for employees and students. Governor Roy Cooper and Dr. Mandy Cohen, Secretary of the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, highlighted an important milestone for North Carolina at their latest press conference. So far, North Carolina has administered over 11 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine, with 63% of the adult population fully vaccinated. On-campus testing clinics for students and employees who would like a COVID-19 test for any reason are offered each Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday inside of Legends from noon to 4 p.m. Check the university's COVID-19 testing page for the latest schedule of upcoming testing events, as of days, times, and locations are all subject to change. You can stay up to date with university cases, vaccination rates, and deaths in surrounding counties at www.apphealthcare.com or through the university's COVID-19 dashboard.
The booster shots approved by the FDA and CDC are for individuals who are 65 and older, have underlying medical conditions, or are at a higher risk of COVID-19 due to their job or living situation. The booster shot is only approved for the Pfizer vaccine as of right now. So those who got the Moderna or Johnson & Johnson vaccine are not yet eligible to receive those shots. According to the CDC website, they are evaluating data in the coming weeks to make additional recommendations for other populations and those who got the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
What would you do if suddenly you woke up and there was no way to shower, make your coffee, or flush your toilet? Residents at Kensington Meadows, an apartment complex owned by Holton Mountain Rentals, were notified roughly 2 hours after their water was shut off due to a problem in the well system. Residents were advised not to drink it, wash clothes, or bathe in it for at least 24 hours. Holton reported that it could take up to a full week for the chlorine added to the tank to work its way out of the well, the plumbing, and the fixtures. Holton also offered reimbursement for bottled water purchases for any reason for the affected homes. While the situation is now resolved, some residents are worried that it could happen again.
A year ago, the Appalachian Weekly News reported on an App State student that killed an elderly couple while driving drunk. There are new updates to that case, and our correspondent Zanira Maureen Lopez has that story.
It was right here on the intersection of East King Street and Forest Hills Drive a year ago, where App State student Madison Mahagan hit and killed an elderly couple while driving intoxicated. In this newly developed story, Mahagan faces additional charges this Tuesday by Boone police for the deaths that she caused. At around 11 p.m. on September 4th, 2020, Tracy and James Lindemore of Frostburg, Maryland, were walking the crosswalk on East King Street after visiting the Blue Ridge Parkway. Driving in a 2016 Nissan passenger car, Mahagan's blood alcohol level was a .14 when she hit the Lindemores. They were pronounced dead at the scene. Mahagan was initially charged with driving under the influence. The additional charges announced this week put her at 2 counts of felony death by vehicle. Mahagan was placed under a $100,000 bond, but was immediately released after posting bail. Mahagan was sentenced to 50 to 72 months in prison, but she will serve a suspended split sentence. She will serve 10 months in prison and after that must complete a 2-year residential substance abuse program back at her home in Durham. After completing the residential program, Mahagan will serve 5 years on probation for the death of the elderly couple. For the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Zanara Maureen Lopez.
App State Police Department is offering free self-defense training sessions for men and women. The program is called RAD, which stands for Rape Aggression Defense System. The training is designed to teach defense techniques against various types of assault by using self-defense and martial art tactics. These courses are taught by certified RAD instructors. The courses are also split up by gender. So RAD for women is divided into 2 sessions, and you must go to both in order to complete the course. Class 2 for Section 2 is on Monday, October 4th. If you're interested in RAD for men, you can contact the Appalachian State Police Department at 828-262-2150. If you're interested in registering for one of these sessions, you must complete a registration form located at police.appstate.edu/rad. For more information, you can contact Captain Johnny Brown at 828-262-6436.
If any festival better shows off the high country, it's Merle Fest. Festival goers, music fans, and songwriters worldwide found their way back to Wilkes Community College for the postponed Merle Fest 2021. At the festival, guests were able to sign up months in advance to perform in the Chris Austin Songwriting Contest that is open to those whose primary source of income, 50% or more, is not derived from songwriting or publishing. Income from performing gigs in this case scenario is not songwriting income. Boone local Shea Martin Lovett performed his original song, For Rose Marie. The soft acoustic vibes of the song paired with the traditional Americana lyric style shows off why this song had to become a finalist. Comparatively to Jason Isbell and other modern-day lyrical storytellers, Lovett will get to keep sharing his beautiful stories on stage at the next Merle Fest.
On October 7th, award-winning performer, writer, and activist Sarah Jones is coming to the Schaefer Center. The show will be from 7 to 8:30 p.m. There will be a 60-minute performance with a 15-minute Q&A. If you're interested in getting tickets for the show, you can visit the website at theschaefercenter@appstate.edu. You can also go to the box office located outside of the Schaefer Center, or just order your tickets online. Face coverings are required while inside the theater, regardless of your vaccination status. Seating is capped at 800 compared to their usual 1,667. If you're a student interested in going to the show, your tickets will be free as long as you have your student ID on you. The doors will open at 6 p.m. Another Starbucks is coming to the Boone area, and an application has been submitted for the standalone Starbucks in downtown. The projected location is next to Kicks on Kink and right near the Earth Fair. This Starbucks would have a drive-thru and a parking lot. According to the application, the project would be adding new construction, additions, and new accessory structure. Justin Church is the engineer that is listed on the site plan. He is from Blue Ridge Environmental Constellations, and Bill Dixon is from Appalachian Architecture and is the architect listed.
Definitely feel a little bit relief with this new store opening especially because it also is a little bit closer than I originally thought where they were going to put it. But it kind of lessens the pressure on us because since we're the only Starbucks within 30-40 minutes, that means everybody comes here to use their rewards and gift cards and such. So we have a lot of customers every day, and it kind of puts a big strain on all the employees.
Vic card holders of Harris Teeter, let's celebrate. You can finally put those points you've racked up from buying your groceries at our local Harris Teeter to good use with the opening of their new gas station at 1461 Blowing Rock Road. Conveniently, in between the Little Caesars and the Arby's and just down the hill from the store itself, this gas station will have a 540 square foot convenience building, 7 fuel pumps with 14 fueling positions, and a covered canopy. Harris Teeter's fuel points can be earned by purchasing items at any Harris Teeter store, according to the company. Points can be redeemed for up to $1 off per gallon on fuel purchases at a Harris Teeter fuel center up to 35 gallons.
Keeping our campus clean and free of stray trash is important, and our students are given many opportunities to do just that. Our correspondent Josh Scott has more.
I'm here at the Office of Sustainability just down the stairs from East Hall, where students can come volunteer and do more than simply pick up a piece of garbage.
App State's Office of Sustainability eagerly presents students with opportunities to give back to the university. Campus cleanup events, which take place every Wednesday, are open to anyone who wants to be involved. As the goal of the department states, sustainability is not a trend, it's a tradition.
My name's Crystal Norford. I work as a sustainability ambassador for the Office of Sustainability. This is my first year doing it, but I worked as an eco rep last year, so it's really fun to get involved with it.
In her first year as a student ambassador, Crystal says she enjoys partnering with students who share the same passions that she does. And even though there aren't droves of students showing up to volunteer every week, the general response is encouraging.
When students show up, they're very enthusiastic about it, so it's really nice.
A number of students I talked to didn't hold back on what their general stance was and still is on when they see trash such as masks or stray Gatorade bottles just lying on the ground.
I went and saw like someone's pizza from like the pizza thing had been like like just lying like in the middle of like the cement. I was like, what? No, like what happened here?
If I see a piece of trash like on the ground, I normally pick it up, and animal sees it, if they could think it's food and then it could harm the animal. And I just try to keep the environment clean. I think that's super important.
Campus cleanup events at the Office of Sustainability take place every Wednesday at East Hall from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can visit engage.appstate.edu to find out more.
It truly is amazing how by simply picking up a piece of paper or a plastic bottle off the ground can help sustain a clean, healthy living environment. For the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Josh Scott.
At the August 10th Beach Mountain Town Council meeting, the announcement of the $100,000 donation was made. This donation is from the Mountain Ambulance and Healthcare Foundation, and it is for the startup of a full-time 24-hour emergency medical service station that would be located at Beach Mountain. This project was first introduced at the Town Council meeting in July, where the council members voted unanimously on the issue. According to the Town of Beach Mountain website, records show that the EMS response time in the past year has increased. Some individuals have waited up to an hour for an ambulance to come.
Aspire Appalachian is a program created to help students enrolled at partner community colleges transition to complete their degree here at Appalachian. Students participating receive dedicated advising assistance from both their community college and Appalachian, and can participate in Aspire programming and newsletters, as well as special events. Later today, Aspire is hosting their first Hiking in Boone and Ice Cream event to help build community amongst one another. Aspire Appalachian students are invited to attend, and if you plan to go, you can email Matt Huttner at huttnermg@appstate.edu to reserve your spot.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm a transfer student mentor with the Office of Transfer Admissions and Engagement. On Friday, I'll be leading the urban hike through Boone, which will meet at Belk Library at about 3 o'clock. We'll be starting on King Street, and we'll go up and we'll see places like Espresso News, McAdoo's, The Local, and then we'll come around to Stick Boy past the Daniel Boone Inn, and we will end on campus. All are welcome, so please come and join us, and I'd love to see you on Friday.
The athletic department at App State has denounced heckling fans after the Marshall game on September 24th. The heckling started as the Marshall football players walked off the field following App State's win. There was a video shared on Twitter of fans in App State gear yelling and giving middle fingers to the players as they walked into their locker room. Students who act this way are in violation of the university's Code of Student Conduct and are subject to disciplinary actions. So speaking of sports, Alex, what do you got for us?
A lot of things have happened with sports in the past week, but let's start off with App State track and field. Last week, App State track and field head coach Damian McLean has been promoted to the director of track and field and cross country. McLean agreed to a 3-year contract that will last through the 2023-24 season. He started his App State coaching career in 2003 and was promoted to head coach in 2018. In McLean's first season as head coach, he led the women's track and field program to 7th place finishes at both the Sun Belt indoor and outdoor competitions. During his tenure at App State, McLean has coached 40 conference champions, 6 conference MVPs, and 113 all-conference performers. App State volleyball had its Sun Belt opener last Friday, falling to 3 sets against Arkansas State. App State honored graduate student libero Emma Riley on becoming the program's all-time dig leader after securing her 1,870th dig against East Carolina the week prior. On Sunday, the Mountaineers played Little Rock, where they fell in a 5-set game. They won the first 2 sets 25-20, but failed to capitalize on the 2-set lead and lost the last 3 sets. Freshman outside hitter Lulu Ambrose secured her career-high 20 kills, but it wasn't enough to spur the Mountaineers into a victory. The team plays its next game tonight at Atlanta against Georgia State at 6:30. App State soccer played against South Alabama last night and fell 2-1 at the Ted McEnroe Soccer Complex. The Mountaineers conceded early in the first half after South Alabama scored off in the counterattack. App State also went down a player after sophomore striker Brecken Montieth received a controversial red card after chasing the ball and colliding with the opposition goalkeeper. South Alabama extended its lead in the second half, but the Mountaineers were able to get a goal back. In the last 15 minutes, a penalty kick was awarded for App State, and freshman midfielder Carly Lance buried the penalty kick. However, it was too late though, and the game ended 2-1. Now, mental health is something that everybody needs to take into consideration, especially at a young age. Our reporter Zach White sat down with former Mountaineer turned NFL pro to learn about his cause and what he believes in.
Doug Middleton is an Appalachian State graduate and former star defensive back for the Mountaineer football team. Along with playing in the National Football League, Doug has been finding ways to give back to the community and help younger athletes since leaving Boone.
I graduated in 2015 with my undergraduate, and then I graduated again in 2018 with my master's in public administration. Favorite moment? I would definitely say the Camellia Bowl, coming back and beating Ohio, for our first bowl win in school history. I thought that was cool. It was a lot of good memories. It's been a good career so far. I spent some time, with the Jets from 2016 to almost 2019, the Jaguars from 2019 and 2020. And I feel like I had so much, support, from my people at App State and even my people back home in Winston and Charlotte.
Although Doug has had a successful football career so far, he now also works towards a much bigger cause.
Yeah, Dream the Impossible. So pretty much, we created Dream the Impossible to reverse the stigma around mental health and also, really eradicate the suicide rates. Suicide rates have been climbing over these last couple of years, and there's so many contributing factors. But for people that are, 18 through 24, it's the number 2 leading cause of death right now, suicide. I lost my best friend to suicide after he experienced some trauma. And, he started to suffer from severe depression. Just trying to figure out the resources that he needed to be able to live a purposeful life. He really didn't get that. We've been able to gain so much information and gain so much more knowledge. And, hopefully we can save many more lives, through AJ's life. That's mainly what we're about, is education about mental health, education about suicide, through speaking the game, is mentorship, doing different things in the community. We just did a 707 back in Winston-Salem in my hometown, and during that 707, it really wasn't about the football, but it was more about bringing awareness to mental health. And during that time, those 2 of the 8 schools that were there had kids, that were on the football team that they had lost to suicide within the past year. We had some people from HM Health that came and spoke to the kids and just really let them know the importance of mental health and some of the things that they can be doing to take care of their mental health. And then I spoke, Dreaming the Impossible is something that means a lot to me, and it's something that we've been able to gain a lot of traction and continue to make a difference in the community.
For more information about Dream the Impossible and how you can contribute in future events, you can check out their website at dreamtheimpossible.org or their Instagram page, dreamtheimpossible36. App State men's golf began its season at the JT Poston Invitational held at Western Carolina on Monday. The Mountaineers finished 7th out of 14 at the Invitational, with senior Justin Morgan leading the way. Morgan had 3 under total over 54 holes with a 71, 69, 70, 210 score to finish 15th place overall. This helped the Mountaineers finish above 2 programs that were ranked top 80 in Division I golf last season and 5 Division I programs from North Carolina or bordering states. On Saturday, September 15th, Watauga High School competed in the High Country Cross Country Classic. The Pioneers won the competition after Ethan Cannon crossed the finish line to win the title in the boys varsity 5K race. Cannon finished the race in 17 minutes and 50 seconds. He was 17 seconds ahead of second place. 6 runners placed in the top 13 of the 53 runners for the Pioneers, with all 8 of the varsity boys competing, finishing in the top 21. App State football is currently on the road to Atlanta, where they will play Georgia State tomorrow at 2. The Mountaineers are heading into a game of a back-to-back win against Elon and Marshall. They made a dramatic comeback against Marshall last Thursday, taming the Thunder Herd with a 31-30 victory after being down 30-21. Junior running back Cameron Peoples had 3 touchdowns on the night, all within the first half. However, that wasn't the only comeback that happened last week, though, as Auburn defeated Georgia State 34-24, with the Panthers blowing their 24-19 lead. With the Mountaineers and Panthers both facing comeback last week, I expect this game to be just as dramatic, with the Mountaineers winning the game heading into overtime. That's all I have for sports this week. Mia, Shannon, back to you.
Thanks, Alex, for the update on sports. I'm personally super excited for that Coastal App State home game this year. Shannon, are you going?
Yes, I am. I'm ready to be back in the stadium at the Rock.
Me and you both. Now it's time for your High Country High Note. Fly fishing season is about to pick up here in the High Country, and I'm excited to head out to the river early on Monday morning, especially after this trout restock.
Stephen, what more can you tell us about this?
So I'm standing here in front of the Watauga River, which is a hot spot for fly fishing in the area. Fly fishing is very important for Boone and the surrounding areas for its recreation and commerce. If you did not know, today is the first day of the October trout stock, which is crucial for the high country. The Watauga River is 78 miles long and spans between North Carolina and Tennessee. The Watauga River is known for many things, but at its heart, it is a fly fisherman's paradise. The three most common trout in the Watauga River being brook trout, rainbow trout, and brown trout. Every October, North Carolina Wildlife does a trout stock starting on October 1st. The stock is very important because it helps keep the trout population at a healthy level and also brings revenue to local fly shops in Boone and the surrounding areas. This October, the Watauga River will be stocked with 1,206 brook trout, 1,206 rainbow trout, 603 brown trout, and a grand total of 3,015 trout. The news of the stock is very exciting for fly fishermen in the area.
Fly fishing is important and stocking is important to the local community. It benefits the economy. You got all the local fly shops that benefit from people getting out there, and you just got to look at it from a recreation standpoint, where people are getting outside and enjoying what the Boone community is known for. And I'm super excited for the stocking this fall. It's always a great time. Fall's the best time of year in my opinion, and there's nothing better than getting out and fly fishing.
Now that the rivers are stocked, if you're interested in learning how to fly fish, App State does offer a class, and there's multiple guide services in the area. For the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Stephen Biddix.
Thanks, Stephen. As I was saying earlier, I am super stoked about this restock. But that's our report this week. I'm Mia Mendez.
And I'm Shannon Pendleton. For all of us at the Appalachian Weekly News, thank you for watching. We will see you next time.